Rhea Ripley just made her return to WWE in explosive fashion, so we'll see how she just altered the story in a major way. We'll also check out what's going on with the Street Profits, Jade Cargill, and much more. Let's start things off with a brief update for Jade Cargill. WWE nearly broke the internet with the announcement that Jade Cargill had signed with the company. And ever since that news was made official by WWE, they've been hyping up Jade Cargill's arrival in WWE with little media packages on every episode of Raw and Smackdown. Those media packages have been continuing to air, but even Jade Cargill herself has been teasing her WWE arrival on Twitter and what it could potentially feature. Jade took to Twitter and had this to say in regards to her WWE arrival and coming after her first victim. Quote, "So, fans, who should be my first victim? Because you all know, Jade Cargill is big on charity. Just standing next to me is a blessing, so let me help you out, my first victim." End quote. So Jade is sounding extremely confident on this hunt for her first victim. She's not saying that she'll benefit from whoever she comes after first. She's saying that they will be the one benefiting from being in her presence. Jade did mark those tweets with the WWE Raw hashtag, but the brand she'll be appearing on hasn't been made clear quite yet. Some fans are hoping to see Jade make an instant impact on the main roster, while some fans are thinking that a brief run in NXT may be in play as well. And with Becky Lynch currently being NXT Women's Champion, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for Jade Cargill to go over to NXT. She could instantly confront someone as big as Becky Lynch, and who knows, possibly even take the NXT Women's title from Becky. So be on the lookout for Jade Cargill's WWE debut sometime in the near future on one of WWE's main 3 brands. The Street Profits and Bobby Lashley storyline continued this week in a positive direction. Bobby Lashley appeared to have cut ties with the Street Profits due to their embarrassing loss against LWO a few weeks back. Lashley was a guest on the Grayson Waller Effect and opened up about these recent events. Lashley said that he made a bad pick and was wrong about what he thought he saw in the Street Profits. That led to the Street Profits making their entrance to speak with Bobby Lashley, and we caught a quick glimpse of what could possibly be the new Street Profits. For weeks now, Bobby Lashley has been boasting about the new Street Profits, but outside their new ring gear, not much has really changed for Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins. Their entrance, their characters, and everything else was pretty much identical to the old Street Profits from before. But for the first time since their partnership started, the Street Profits that showed up on the September 29th edition of Smackdown did seem drastically different. They came out in their suits very calmly and firmly walked their way to the ring in a whole new fashion. Bobby Lashley still seemed disgusted with them and didn't even want to hear what they had to say. But when the Street Profits begged for another chance, Bobby Lashley told them that they'll have to prove it. And later on in the show, that's exactly what they did. The Street Profits would end up attacking Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar after their heartfelt match with each other. They led the cheap attack on the LWO, and Bobby Lashley even helped out as well, once again making the official heel turn for Lashley and the Street Profits. Bobby Lashley forgave the Street Profits for their previous loss and welcomed them right back in. They were teetering on that tweener fence for a few weeks there, but their turn now seems to be complete. The trio is all heels, and it looks like we'll no longer see the Street Profits of old from this point on. No more of the Red Cup act, and we'll get a much more serious version of the Street Profits. That's what it looks like. It's currently unknown if they'll keep using their theme song or if they'll get that changed as well, as their partnership with Bobby Lashley rolls on. Rhea Ripley returned to Raw this week after missing several weeks of action. Rhea picked up from right where she left off at with Nia Jax. Rhea instantly seeked revenge on Nia for taking her out a few weeks ago and proceeded to call out the entire Judgment Day. But only Damian Priest and Dominik Mysterio came out. Rhea confirms once again that there's no leader in the Judgment Day, but that she has to take charge right now so that things don't go more wrong. Rhea pointed out that she was only gone for 2 weeks and that the Judgment Day has been completely falling apart. She said that she handed her portion of responsibility over to Damian Priest and how he didn't do a good job at all. She noted that Finn Balor isn't there tonight because he's injured and how Priest isn't cleared to compete as well. Rhea then turned her attention to Dominik Mysterio, who recently lost his title. She tells Dominik that he has a rematch against Trick Williams and not to bother coming home if he can't win the title back. So talk about high stakes and getting more eyes on NXT. They basically set up this massive NXT match on Raw, with the high stakes of Rhea and Dominik's relationship hanging on the outcome of it. That'll definitely get fans interested to tune in for sure. It was also announced that Damian Priest and Finn Balor will be putting their tag team titles on the line against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso at Fastlane. So that's another high-profile match right there. The Judgment Day always says that they have no leader at all, but that opening Raw segment right there definitely painted Rhea Ripley as the one true shot caller and the one that's holding everyone responsible. Jey Uso even compared her to Roman Reigns as well. And it was reported a few weeks back that Rhea Ripley will continue to be portrayed as the group's one true leader, and judging off that one segment right there, it would definitely appear that they're headed in that direction. The group may never say it themselves and admit it that they've got a leader, but it definitely appears that the leader role is Rhea Ripley's after all. She saw what happened there during those 2 weeks away, and she's not sitting back and playing games anymore. She's even getting stern with Dominik, so we'll see if Rhea is able to put the group back on track with her new leadership. Fans are starting to catch on and realize that WWE may legitimately be starting out their rollout for CM Punk's return. Over the last few weeks on WWE television, there's been several references to CM Punk and things he's done or said in the past. The one biggest one fans obviously noticed was Seth Rollins directly calling himself the best in the world, a clear reference to a phrase that CM Punk made popular. But there was once again another CM Punk reference during a Seth Rollins segment this week. While doing an interview with Seth Rollins in the ring, Michael Cole mentioned puppets and the Puppet Master. Well, Hardcore CM Punk said that these were lines that Punk mentioned way back during some Ring of Honor promos way back in the day. Fans dug up the footage and they were right. It may be a little bit of a reach, but CM Punk did in fact mention lines about puppets and puppet masters way back in the day. So a lot of fans are getting White Rabbit vibes from these little hidden references to the past. Some fans are even comparing it to the few weeks before Cody Rhodes showed up at WrestleMania 38 too. But if it's gonna happen, it seems like Survivor Series is still the time and the place for it. And judging off these hints so far, it would appear that CM Punk could land on Raw and find himself face to face with Seth Rollins upon his return. Lots of history there between the two, dating back to Seth's days as NXT champion. So if that is CM Punk's first feud back, it would be pretty big. But definitely keep your eyes open for more potential CM Punk references during Seth's segments, because this is getting weird how there's Punk references every single week. It can only mean one thing. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.